Alright, should be live now. Yes, we are. Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, here for some totally live, definitely not 12 hours ago, lads Season 11 action. Between my Bouche on the Radiant team, the Hobbs captained unit, taking on Vico is Smiling, the PMA captained unit. I've tried my hardest to not see what the results are. I did not check the standings, and when I loaded up the VOD, I physically obscured my eyes from seeing who won the game. I genuinely could not see it, so I actually don't know who's going to win this, which is very exciting. I consider both of these teams of similar quality. I'll probably give a slight edge to PMA's team in terms of who I think is better, but I am excited for the series, though. Should be a great time. Uh-oh. You know what? I don't need Silencer. Silencer is not appearing right now on the screen, but you know what? I don't need Silencer. This hero is not needed. He has irrelevance. I don't like him. I don't need him. Hmm.
10 seconds remaining.
So, I'm actually interested in seeing, I'm not sure if I've ever seen the Hobbs Visage. I've heard about it. I've heard some good things about it, but I'm not sure if I've ever watched it live in person, so should it be fun to see what happens there.
5 seconds remaining.
I believe this is a Vico middle Pangolier as well. I could be wrong about that one, but should be fun to see either way. Looking at the other band, surprise, surprise, good heroes have been banned out. Marcy, Undying, Leshrac, Primal Beast, First Phase bans. In my opinion, 3 of the best 4 heroes in Dota. Undying's pretty good as well. Second phase bans, again, things you'd normally expect. Look at heroes like Naga being banned out, and it makes a lot of sense. Other than that, Legion, Jug, Quap, Zeus, Bloodseeker. Thanks, Balljax, totally. It's a fairly good mixed game, actually.
10 seconds remaining.
Not what I would have gone for support this game, but I think I would have probably leaned towards a hero like Tusk, but again, it makes sense if I want to go Nyx over Tusk. Specifically into that Disruptor matchup. I didn't wake up early. No, I just happened to wake up early anyways, and I have a few hours to burn, so why not? Why not? Gotta cast some lads. You know, people are casting some lads. I went to bed at like 7 o'clock last night, yeah. Maybe 6:30 actually. I went to bed real early, but it's a Dawnbreaker selection for 4th year Lingus. Probably his best hero. If not his best hero, one of his best heroes. It's a fantastic game for the Dawnbreaker as well. I shave it occasionally, but today we're keeping it. This is a mustache day.
10 seconds remaining.
Some more. Ooh, how are they going to deal with this Morphling, actually? I mean, they have the tools to deal with the Morphling, but if this Morph plays very well, it's going to be a fantastic Morph game. It's going to be a Manta this game for sure, but other than that, it's a fantastic Morph game. There's not any Vessel Buyers. There's really only the Silencer, it's a big concern. There's some stuns on top of that as well, but nothing that can't be handled. Pangolier gets way out ahead, he can do some big damage to him. But other than that, this is a very good morph game. This is a very important counter pick for PMA. I'm not sure what it's going to be at carry to play against the morph, but like something like Drought made a lot of sense, but Ursa as well, both as banned outs. It's the Phantom Lancer instead. Okay. Yeah, he believes in the hero. Why not?
10 seconds remaining.
Say a good Phantom Lancer game, but I'm not sure how convinced I am the Phantom Lancer hero. So you need a mid laner. The ideal won't be Leshrac. It's banned. Other than that, oh god, what do you even want? I mean, Puck isn't banned, but it's not a great Puck game. Whoa, okay.
Select your heroes.
Okay. Okay, I see it. I see a Pudge on my screen. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I guess with that, there's enough illusion clear. Between the Avalanche for lockdown, the Pudge with Ags, the Morph Wave forming in, Disruptor ulti. I think both carries though have a fairly free game. Morph has a fairly free game. PL is a fairly free game. Should be a real carry series here. This top lane I am interested in seeing though. This is PL Visage. It should be a pretty good lane for PL, but it also is a Visage, so. He'll be able to do some Visage things. Just get ahead early. Even though he can't necessarily kill the PL, you can apply a lot of pressure in that off lane. And then start working into the dire jungle after the T1 tower dies. Does PMA still have that banner saying the lad that he still has the same banner? You're killing me, PMA, you're killing me. Oh well. It is fun time though. We have gone through the draft at 2x speed. We've put on the caster config, we've opened the game, it is go time.
Prepare for battle.
If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1 of Vico is Smiling on the Dire, taking on my Bouche on the Radiance. This is definitely not a live series, by the way. It happened about 12 hours ago, but I don't know what's going to happen. I did not check who won, so it is a mystery to me. We're to see a 5-man smoke out of the fountain by the side of the Radiant. They're setting up some, are they setting up wards? They set up one ward. One little ward right over there.
30 seconds to battle.
It is the Pudge carry, it appears. So Morphling mid, Pudge carry. Thought it might be the other way around, but seems like it may be the Pudge carry instead. Can go for Hook if he wants it. Will be a bit of a 3v3 fight at this rune. Hook, still not skilled. We're seeing pings. Perhaps they'll skill it now.
The battle begins.
And here we go. Hook. Will be late, but it will hit the Nyx. So now Nova's in a lot of damage. He's stuck in the trees. He'll impale and walk away, but he's being right-clicked by Sui, and yes, sir. Hook is up in 8 seconds. Nova, wait a minute. He's TPing. And it will barely succeed. All the way to the fountain there. Good TP from Nova. A little bit of interesting action. It will end up being 2 runes to both teams, so nothing too crazy so far. Fourth will be alone in the bottom lane, though. He is playing into this Pudge here who has more damage, and he's playing in the 1v2, so for Fourth who are Lingus, it's not a great start to this game. Meanwhile, top lane, surprise, surprise, it is a Visage lane. This is not a fun lane to be CB. He's gonna take, oh god, he's taking a lot of damage already to that Soul Assumption. And then mid lane, Morphling Pangolier. until we start seeing some levels, I don't think you're going to see too much action, but Sui is forcing the issue. He's man-fighting with Vico, has more damage, he's winning these man-fights.
Dire's courier.
So favorable trade there so far. He's trying to go for some early action, not letting it turn into a farm trade.
Courier.
Ooh. Oh no! There's 2 couriers! 2 couriers have died! And the bottom lane, a courier died! Oh no, the couriers, they're all dead. They're literally just the 3 dead couriers right now. This is a tragic day for couriers.
My keyboard is not working.
Apparently keyboards are not working, but the man fight continues with bottom lane. Hook is on cooldown, but Rot is skilled. Hammer in by 4th, impales there on Black Frath, and that will be your first blood, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Yes, sir, is man-fighting 4th Eurolingus. Cannot find a second kill, but again, it is an okay 1-for-1 for both involved. Dire got the first blood, but Pudge got the solo XP on a hero who definitely loves his XP. I am very concerned about CB dying in the top lane. Ooh, that's a salve cancel there from CB. Once Tiny hits level 3, he'll have that Avalanche plus Toss combination, and you throw in a Soul Assumption, it's a rough time to be that silencer. PMA will tank some damage as well, but he has that Doppelganger, has some charges in that magic stick. He'll be okay. PMA goes in top lane looking for Tiny. Tiny is low, but he's not dead. He'll be okay for the time being. Nothing too crazy in these lanes CS-wise so far. Nobody's either winning or losing their lane that particularly hard. Wait, mid lane. Thought for a second Vico's going to find a solo kill, but now Sweet Waveform's in. He's playing aggressively again. Bit of a wild mid lane. A lot of action. A lot more action than you expect in the mid lane in the current year.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
No, oh, another courier. Alright, what's the number of couriers that are dead so far in this game? I think the number is 4. Glimpse is there, bottom lane. Yes, sir has the Rot Black Frath. Sent the offlane Dawnbreaker towards his Pudge, but ended up being no kill either way. That is 4 couriers dead. R.I.P. the couriers. Top lane, somebody's certainly going to die. Question is who will die first. CB dies Soul Assumption from PMA. Wants to counter kill on Tiny. Tiny is taking the Arcane Curse damage, and PMA will right click him down. I think the Doppel was late there, but regardless, it is that 1-for-1 support trade in the top lane. Now 2 for 2 across the map, where both teams have lost each support once.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We are starting to see Morphling get ahead in terms of the CS right now, middle lane, but it's still not too bad either way. Bottom lane, there's 7 denies on Pudge. That's a little more significance, given he's looking at 22 8s versus, wait, middle lane. Another waveform in by Sui. He is a wild and crazy player. He is not here to play around safely. Ooh, Swashbuckle gets the kill! Vico! Well then, a lane that was going in the direction of the Morphling is now firmly in the hands of the Pangolier with that 1v1 kill. He will get his 6 first. He has the roll right now if he wants it. Fantastic play from Vico, recognizing, hey, Morphling's a little bit too low. The Vanguard is finished bottom lane. Black Frath is dropping low. But yes, sir, wants vengeance. Impale will hit onto securing 1 kill. But Pud is very, very tanky. He has the slow. He has the hook. Nova has the Carapace. Hook is available. But yes, sir, cannot find it. I am excited to find that minute 6 rune wherever it spawns. If we get a good rune for Pangolier, there's certainly a rotation in store. Say it gets like an arcane rune or a haste rune, but knowing our luck, it'll be an illusion rune. Head to Morphling. Mid laners head bottom. The fight continues. And the rune will spawn top. So Tiny has secured it for his morph. At the very least, Pangolier will not get it. Now both Radiant supports are mid, but Dire are looking for a kill top on Hobbs, but cannot find it. I think this ward here may have spotted it out. So Hobbs backing off accordingly. Another way for him in by a sweep, but it's a turn with Vico's roll. Stunning Morphling, but he is morphing up. The stun continues. Morphling is slowly dropping, but no luck there. Meanwhile, no glimpse in time. Was not in range, but it's over in top lane where the fun is occurring. Hobbs is dropping very low in the 3v2. He'll turn to Nova. Nova is low. Tiny is being right-clicked down by two heroes. And drops the PMA's Phantom Lancer. That is his second kill of the game. 5 kills to 2 in favor of PMA's team right now. So a good start there in terms of the kills, but despite the kill lead, the net worth is still in favor of the side of Hobbs. This Bouche team has Pudge as the #1 net worth hero in the game right now, and that's always a good thing to have. Interesting attempt bottom with the hook. Likely to bother the Dawnbreaker, but instead hooked a melee creep. Alright then. Nice little lull in the action for the time being. Nothing too crazy going on. The rune will be top again. This time secured by Nyx Assassin and Illusion rune, so neither mid gets anything. Both end up very sad. That is Dota 2 for you. Man, Vico is manning up, but it's a bit of a 2v2 middle lane right now. Disruptor and Nyx are backing up their mids. Seems like the laning phase has more or less ended. It has degenerated, one might say. Wouldn't be too shocked if these carries start leaving their lane. PL to the jungle, perhaps Pudge to the top lane. Though, if Pudge wants to, he can stay bottom. He is a Pudge with Vanguard. That's the 1-4-1 skill build. Luckily, KU's not watching right now, or else he'd be complaining in the Twitch chat about Pudge's skill build. He'd be saying, Badger, why does Pudge have 1-4-1? He needs 2 points in this Flesh Heap instead of 4 points on Rots. Something like that. Speaking, bottom lane, this member is there on 4th Yorlinga. CB's on the rotation. Has the last word silence coming in towards Pudge, and Pudge will drop to the Arcane Curse damage. Now in comes Tiny and Disruptor looking for 4th Yorlingus. Toss up in the air, stick in the avalanche combo from the Tiny. Squeeze on the rotation with wait for him in the adaptive strike will kill 4th. So it is that 1-for-1 in the bottom lane again. Though, Radiant had to use 4 heroes, and they still lost their carry, so I'm calling that a win for Vico is smiling. Given there is a PL farming, there's a Pangolier farming, and the commitment was fairly low. Alright, the rune again will spawn top. Vico is forced to roll. There were a lot of Radiant heroes looking to secure that bottom rune that simply did not spawn there. And again, a second rune for Nova. Got the Ilu rune earlier, has the haste rune now. He's doing nothing with them, but I'm sure it's bothering Swede. Like, I want these runes. I want the mana. Instead, no bottle fill, and Nyx is burning my mana. Over the bottom, yes sir, has this member on CB's Silencer. 4th arrives to stun there with the Star Breaker, but at this point, your CB Silencer is already dead. 4th is trying for a counter kill on Black Frath, and he will find it, critting him down with that Luminosity crit, and wants another kill on yes sir, has Flesh Heap up. Oh, Tumbler's Toy! Over the trees! Juking him out. Avalanche will now be there on 1. Toss up there on 4th. Has some raindrops, has Starbreaker, but misses the stun. Yes, sir, has Dismember. Looking for Fourth, who's Coiling Blading in the trees. Dawnbreaker is juking. Fourth wants to escape desperately with one more Quelling Blade through another tree. But he now turns in, looking for Pudge. Dismember, it is there on one. Silence cancels, and yes, sir, will fall. In comes Vico with Swashbuckle, heading to Tiny. The Avalanche on 2 will allow a retreat, but again, Vico is hunting. Has Swashbuckle, and will find the kill here, barring a mistake, and he will not make one. Good fight there for the side of Vico is smiling in the bottom lane. A 3-for-1, an extended 3-for-1, but a 3-for-1 nonetheless.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
And with that 3-for-1, that bottom T1 will fall as well, so
Dire's top tower is under
nice tower to grab, but it may be a trade. Hobbs is hitting the top tower. PMA is looking to defend this. He'll doppel away. The rot comes in. Dismember's on the illusion, but eventually PMA will fall. He even pig balls just to look for the move speed. Static Storm is forced out by Blackfrat. So now both carries fairly sad. Both of their T1 tower safe lane are dead. And bit of an interesting situation net worth wise right now. It's actually 4th on top thanks to the extended engagement bottom lane.
Dire's top
No carry is that far ahead or behind. I should say no core is that far ahead or behind, but you know what I mean, I'm sure. Or maybe you don't. I'm not in your head. Middle lane. Sui is in danger. Solar Guardian comes in, stunning, and that will be the kill of the Vendetta as well from Nova. That's how you do it right there. You bring down the Morphling, but well, for a second we might have some more action on our hands, but Hobbs is very low right now. He has a Vlad's and a Falcon Blade. For now, it will be Blackfrath on the defense. Has Static Storm in 20. Dire of 3 on the siege and 1 more on the rotation, and that is CB. Actually, Vico's there as well, so it's a full 5-man siege from the Dire team. Glimpse on 4th, brings him away for the time being. PMA is hitting the familiars. Kills 1. He'll now doppel. Roll comes in from Vico, stunning Tiny and Disruptor. Silence comes in from CB, silencing the entirety of Mob Bouche. And Tiny is already dead, and the T1 tower is not long for life. It does get glyphed. Blackfrath has a glimpse on 4th. He's under the tower. Static Storm silenced. And that is a very important counter kill. The tankiest Dire hero in the grave. The tower kept alive as well. That's a big turn right there. And as a result, they'll be up 1 tower. They can hold their own mid T1. They've already killed the opponent mid T1, so that is some nice macro game progress to have as long as you can keep that tower alive. Unfortunately, that ward was spotted out. Dire are well aware of it. And oh no! Look at this! That Radiant Sentry ward! It is oh so close to spotting out the action. Oh man, that would have been real nice to D-ward, but unfortunately it's right outside. And because the ward is alive, Dire will get the free D-ward there. I mean, it was pinged out. They were well aware, so it's pixels away. A game of inches, one might say, but I digress. Over to bottom lane, it's Morphling and Tiny getting spotted by Nova's Nyx Assassin. Vendetta Impale is there on Morph, now 1/3 HP, and Swashbuckle will not get the kill, but the Shield Crash will. So it's Sui already down, and Tiny will tank the last word, and he'll tank his death. A double kill for Vico, and the action continues. The TPs are going over to top lane right now. CB and Vico will be there to help out 4th Yorlingus. 4th is man fighting a good glimpse back, but he's still not dead. Now dies to the right clicks of Blackfrath. But at this point, your Pud is out of mana. He's stunned by Vico. CB is hitting him. Swashbuckle will get 1 more kill. That's now 3 kills for Dire across the map, and they see yes sir's Pudge. He's out of mana. He's low on HP. He'll get brought down by the shield crash again. Across the map, that's 4 kills for Vico. He sees Hobbs. He wants a 5th kill, but he's running out of abilities. He'll drain mana Tiny on the way out. It's actually a shame he didn't get that ultra kill on Vico. Suppose it didn't matter too much either way, but he certainly had the 4 kills. Simply didn't get him fast enough, apparently. Top lane again, Swee's in danger. He's playing on. Oh no, not this time! He waveforms through. Problem is, it only delays the inevitable. He'll strength morph up, but he's not morphing fast enough. And he's playing relatively greedily on this low agility, and he is getting punished by the Nova 4th gank squad. This time with the assist from CB. And you know what? I think I may be incorrect. I said during the draft that I think it will be a pretty free Morphling game. It turns out I don't know what I'm talking about, because this has not been a free Morph game at all. He needs a lot of stats. He's going to need a purge. He's going BKB into Manta. Likely will need both at some point relatively soon, but until he has that, he is food to this gank squad. I mean, this Nyx Assassin has been scouting him constantly, and with the Solar Guardian rotations from 4th, that is a great time. So I, for one, am concerned immensely for Morphling's game, but once he gets his items, it will be a fairly good Morph game. Especially if you can get the, I don't know, BKB, Manta, throw an Aghanim Scepter. There's a lot of options once he's at that point, but until then, not a fun time. PMA, meanwhile, does not have the same limitations as Morphling. He is very strong right now with the Diffuse plus Yasha headed into Manta. He has Heart in the quick buy, and that will be the item he's looking for. That'll be that big stat item. I personally would have preferred him going for a Scotty this game, rather than the Heart. Gives him similar levels of bulk, but offers him a lot of regen reduction, notably into this Morphling, but also into the Pudge with Dismember Heal. Also this even Wraith Pact Lifesteal. Over to top lane, 4th will attempt to escape. He'll hammer through in the silence, and CB will allow him to retreat. PMA TPs in, Static Storm will silence onto, zoning away the Dire from that staircase area, but Vico's rolling, he's stunning, in comes 4th, and the Radiant are beginning to die. They have already lost 1, they'll certainly lose 2 more. Disruptor, that second death comes out to the hands of CB, and Hobbs will die to Vico. So 3 kills there for Vico is smiling. The 2 most important cores will not die. The Pudge got away, and the Morph TP'd away as well. But at this point, that's simply 3 more kills. You get your PL involved in the team fights. That's some fantastic stuff right there. Looking at key items, Aghanims is finished on Pudge, and he's looking for 4th, but the hook will miss. 4th sidestepped it, though didn't even need to sidestep it, and gets away. Speaking of items, 4th Yorlingus on the Dawnbreaker has a Desolator. A lot of damage coming out there with that Aghanim Shard magic immunity. On top of the Desolator minus armor, it is a good day to be using Starbreaker. And we see CB. He's going for a Wraith Pact. I believe it was Gunner who said that he likes to see offlaners buying the Wraith Pact rather than supports, because supports are extremely poor and cannot afford it. But CB is trying nonetheless. He'll get there eventually. Eventually. He's actually not that far. He has a Vlad's finished. Not that far, but it's still going to be a little bit longer until that's finished. There's a 3-man smoke meanwhile from Bouche, Pudge, Disruptor, and Tiny, the 3-man gank squad. They're in dire tri-camp. Tiny has popped his smoke, but they head bottom instead, looking for Vico. Vico will get silenced with the Static Storm into Dismember. Global Silence is not available for CB. 4th has arrived. He's turning with a 2-man Starbreaker into the hammer. The right clicks are sufficient to bring down Pudge. A double kill for 4th Yorlingus. They head to Visage. Hobbs, he's silenced. Correction, he's stunned. But it seems like he's in a lot of danger. In comes your Global. Down goes Blackfrath. Hobbs tried to TP. It failed. Now Sui will TP as well, but it's canceled by the Impale. That's a full 5-man wipe. 2 kills. The PMA's Phantom Lancer. 3 kills. The 4th Yorlingus' Dawnbreaker. And that right there is a very clean 5-for-1. Could have been more clean if it was a full 5-for-0, but at that point, if you're Vico, that is a sacrifice you are willing to make. You die and your team gets a full wipe. That's a good trade any day of the week. And our good friend, the middle T1 tower. has finally fallen. It was there for a while, was sieged for the last 10 minutes or so, but all good things must come to an end.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, where was I? Key items. We are getting close to the BKB on Morphling. That will be nice, of course. Speaking of Wraith Packs, Hobbs has his Wraith Pact on the Visage. Disruptor, Blackfrath is headed for a 4-staff. Tiny actually still doesn't have his Blink Dagger. He's actually last in net worth. And he really wants that Blink Dagger at this point, I'm quite sure. PL has finished Manta, still-headed Heart. I mentioned the Scotty thing earlier, so I'm not going to harp on that one. Wait a minute. That's a 2-man smoke gank. An Invis Rune on Pangolier and a Vendetta from Nyx Assassin. It is Gank Squad time. It is Invis time for both of these heroes.
Dire's bottom tower.
Radiant pinged it out though. They saw Pangolier go Invis on day vision, so nothing too crazy is going to happen in this case.
Dire are scanning.
Where was I? Oh yeah, Nyx Assassin. He's got a Blink Dagger. Dawnbreaker is headed for a BKB. And we're looking for kill top lane right now. He's in the trees, setting up for a Starbreaker play perhaps, but he'll go for the creep wave instead. Going for the reliable gold over the potential chance for a kill on Swee's Morphling.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Pangolier has Blink Diffusal Blade and Shard. He's headed. Whoa, Nova. He's headed for a Vendetta away from a gank. That's a failed gank there for Bouche, and at this point it's time for Tiny to die. Wave Farm comes in from Swede, looking for Stevie, but Stevie's still alive. December comes in, bringing down 4th-year Lingus, now 2 kills, 2 for 2 trade with Vico, bringing down Blackfrath from the south side. Hook is there on Vico, bringing him into the chaos right now, but the Impale is there only on 1. Vico is still dead, as is Nova. Wait a minute. Radiant, Bouche. They've been sputtering and sputtering in these team fights all game. But that right there is a 4 for 2 team fight victory. Parlayed into the immediate Roshan. All 3 cores are there. It will be a free Roshan. Is my mic picking that up? It definitely is. Alright, so that's... Okay, I'm trying to figure out these mic thresholds right now. Apparently, mic threshold will not pick up keyboard, but it will pick up water bottle. A lot of metal sounds there from that water bottle. My apologies. Correction, I'm not going to stop it. I need to drink the water. Desperate need for water, one might say. Top lane, there is an Aegis on Morphling and a Visage with the ability to use a Drum of Endurance.
Middle tower is under attack.
Dire have glyphed their top T2 tower for the time being, but it will be sacrificed. However, it will be a trade. The entirety of Vico is smiling, with the exception of Nova, our bottom lane right now. And I think if you're PMA, you're fine with that trade. You're saying, you know what?
Radiant structure.
We do not have 2 lives on our heroes. We are fine simply taking a trade. However, the T2 on the Radiant side is still there.
Middle tower.
While the T2 on the Dire side is long gone, and now Hobbs is chipping away at that high grounds. It is a T3 tower.
Attack.
Not an easy one to get, but Actually, you're going to back off for the time being, allowing Forth to finish that bottom T2 tower. Everyone but Hobbs is middle lane, perhaps looking for a kill here. Hobbs is still hitting the T3, brings it down to about 1/4 HP. Back to middle lane, Sui brings down the mid T2, so that's 2 tier 2 towers brought down. A tier 3 deathly injured. And only a tier 2 in exchange, so that is good there for Bouche, of course. Exactly what they're looking for with that first Aegis of the game. But they're not done yet. I'm seeing an arrow getting drawn. They want to now go bottom lane. There are some towers to claim, a T2 and a T1 bottom lane. There's a 4-man smoke gank. Everyone but Pudge is in the smoke. Tiny leads the way. He's finished his Blink Dagger. Both teams have scanned the eastern end of that Radiant jungle, though neither have hits. Seems like everybody has this bottom 2 towers area on their mind. And Dire will TP away and back off, allowing Bouche to occupy the Dire tri-camp. The one concern is there actually isn't a wave right now. A wave is at this this Radiant T3 tower bottom lane, so they can backdoor the T1 tower, but this tier 2 is currently not achievable. I'm not quite sure how much damage they have, but I can tell you it's not enough to backdoor reliably. The T1 will die, but it buys time for Dire to hit creeps and wait for the Aegis to expire. It's a minute 15 left for Sui, so 1 core duration on that Aegis of the Immortality. Tiny is hunting, though he is under a Dire Observer ward, so this gank will not connect. BKB is finished on 4th Year Lingus. Heart is finished on PMA. And Aghanims is being purchased on Vico, though he's not quite there yet. Meanwhile, Radiant Core, yes sir, has a full Lotus Orb. He's headed to his Shivas afterwards. A lot of armor this game. Sui has his Manta as well, so two Dispels. 2 nice purges to have this game. Hobbs. He's working on a Shard and Assault Cuirass, has neither currently, and it is high ground time, bottom lane. Morphling has a lot of damage, but in comes the roll from Vico, looking for Sui. Sui still has 2 lives. Meanwhile, on the west side, Nova and 4th Year Lingus find the Tiny. Tiny is entirely dead. However, vengeance could be afoot. His member comes in on 4th. The silence will cancel. CB is dead for that one, but the trade is for Disruptor. Sui has lost the Aegis, and the regen is broken. Hook hits an illusion. When Sui's being hunted, he'll BKB, he'll TP, and it will succeed, but now Pudge is entirely alone. Hobbs has left him as well. Pudge is out of mana, and Pudge is out of life. The Morphing Illusions will get the kill on Nyx Assassin, but it does not matter at that point. Your high ground has been defended, and Bouche, perhaps they have stayed too long. They knew the Aegis was expiring. But alas, they have lost 3, including the carry Pudge. Morphling got away with his BKB. Vistage got away as well, but all the tier 3s are still alive, and that's a lot of gold headed back. It's actually a 5k net worth lead for PMA and company, and not only is it... I guess at this point, Vico's not really smiling too much, he's pretty poor, but PMA and 4th are definitely smiling right now. We saw the BKB TP play last fight from Sui. That might not work next fight. PMA is buying a Basher, and he's not too far from it. He has already purchased the Mithril Hammer. He's headed for the full Basher. He's about a minute and a half away from it to the rate he's farming, so very close. We're looking at that second Roshan. We're at least a minute and a half from it, possibly longer, up to 4.5 minutes, so it will be a while still. You know, I'm so used to watching, like, Acid Rain play Nyx Assassin that I'm wondering, wait, where is Nyx Assassin's Dagon? He has a Blink Dagger, Force Staff versus versus Dagon versus Aghanim Shard. I'm not used to normal items. This is it's revolutionary at this point for me.
Radiant
Speaking of Bashers, 4th year Lingus also has bought a Basher, so
tower is under attack.
it is double Basher action. I wouldn't be too shocked. Yeah, Vico's also buying a Basher on Pangolier, so it's going to be 3 Basher. The triple Basher action. Pangolier, Dawnbreaker, Phantom Lancer, all buying a Skull Basher. It's bashing time.
Under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There was a 3-man smoke activated. Nyx, Silencer, and Pangolier, but seems like it was a defensive smoke just in case that PMA was being gone on, because they are... Wait a minute, Nova? Okay, he blinks in and forces a blink out. A trade of 15-second cooldowns. Not a, not a huge deal either way. Ooh, double damage rune on Morphling. It's in his bottle right now. That could come in handy. But Roshan is a relatively late spawn. A little bit under 2 minutes, so not the ideal time for Roshan to spawn for that DD Morphling. Over to bottom lane. 4th has his opening salvo on Yes Sir. Global and Impaler both there to cancel to dismember, and now PL is slapping the Pudge. There is nothing he can do but fall to the grave. And now Vico's still rolling. Stunning Hobbs. He's rolling up. He's chain stunning Tiny. Put a wrench in that plan, but at this point, Vico is still alive and he's still causing huge problems. He's now at the Morphling, but at this point... Wait a minute, Morphling is attempting to get away. He'll waveform through. Somehow, all of these very injured Bouche heroes get away. Vico was smiling, could not complete any of those kills. There were 3 very injured heroes, but none of them died. So it ends up being a very acceptable 1-for-1 Pangolier for Pudge trade. I think if you're Maya Bouche, you're pretty happy with that one, considering it could have been a free pickoff on your Pudge and nothing in exchange. Instead, you get a core kill going back. Alright, Tiny. He has blinked and forced away. Dyer did not pursue that kill, so it's going to be A-okay there. Our good friend Roshan is finally alive, by the way, so it will be that second Roshan of the game, the Aegis and the Shard, the spoils to be claimed. And neither team knows quite yet, but both teams are not too far from the pit. They know it can be alive, so... Yeah, Nova on the Nyx Assassin, he'll spot it out. And Hobbs will spot it out as well. Well, just like that, both teams know Roshan's alive. And both teams are playing relatively close to Roshan. Bouche will walk it on over into the river. Black Frass sets up the Observer Ward. Dyer, I believe, are aware of it. However, at this point, they need to move very fast. Pudge, Visage, Morphling are all in the Roshan pit, killing it way too fast. PMA's the illusion's on the way. He sends him on the inside. Vico rolls around, goes on Tiny. By this point, Sui has gotten the Roshan and the Aegis. 4th Lingus comes in with 2-man stun to bring down the Pudge, and the Global Sounds comes in from CB. Hobbs has Stoneform Impale hits on Morphling. Hobbs is dead, and Morph is out of mana, so his 2 cores dead, and Sui will lose his Aegis. And his BKB's on cooldown as well, so he's probably gonna die again. 4th crits down Black Frath. Too much luminosity damage. The Impale is there on Morphling. He's low on HP and mana. He will get brought down. In what could have been a great situation, grabbing the Aegis, grabbing the free shard, instead turns into a disaster. 4 kills, and the Aegis claimed immediately by Vico is smiling. I'm not quite sure where the free shard went to Pudge, but regardless, you might need to use some buybacks if you want to defend this. Wait, there aren't even the buybacks you need. Morphling is dead for 52 without a buyback. This is very bad. And Dawnbreaker has finished an Assault Cuirass. This could be two entire sets of racks right now. Mid T3 is already dead. Melee racks the new targets. Radiant will glyph. Vico has the roll, he's pump faking it. PMA will doppel. He's moving and microing the illusions. He's hitting the melee racks. The melees are dead. The T2 top is dead as well. Brought them before Theolingus. And they're actually not committing. They could have committed hard for buildings. They did not overcommit. They respected the ability for Radiant to fight. They say, you know what, we don't know that they don't have buybacks. We will claim the relatively respectable melee racks as our spoils. And we'll back off. Let's not throw away our lead. Likely the correct move. A boring move, by the way, but the correct move. Alright, 14,000 net worth lead. Key items have been purchased. But it's the Radiant items I'm interested in. We're looking at a Pudge BKB relatively soon. He has a lot of armor, more armor than you expect from a Pudge. He's tanking some damage mid lane right now. Tiny has engaged. Global Silence and Static Storm both on the floor, but the Radiant ones are silenced right now. Pudge is dead, and he has no buyback. Sui has engaged in, morphing into the PL, stealing some agility. But I'm not quite sure if he can fight. Dire pursue, PMA is stopped at the kinetic field, but Hobbs is slowed and low on HP. Nova has the impale, he'll hit it on Morphling. Hobbs is dead, Morph will escape. But it's still 2 cores dead, both without a buyback. And that is not good at all. PMA in 4th, return to buildings. The range racks mid have fallen. And both other lanes can be taken. The T3s are exposed. The choice will be bottom lane. T3 already dead. Melee racks under attack. Morphling, who has a handy-dandy Phantom Lancer, is trying to man-fight. Trying to defend. He's going in and waveforming out. But the racks cannot do the same. The entire bottom barracks have fallen. That's 2 full sets of barracks. And as a result, it's smoke and back time from Vico is smiling. They will get away safely, content with their 2 racks up. At this point, I mean, Roshan is not going to be in play for a long time, and all it's going to take for Vico is smiling is 1 big pickoff to open the remainder of this game wide open. One might say this game is already broken wide open, but at that point, it's looking real over with 1 big pickoff. All 3 cores do not have buyback, by the way. Sui, Hobbs, and yes sir, all with no buyback. Nova sees Disruptor. Oh my lord, he gets 1-shot by 4th! Oh, what a disaster for Disruptor. What a sad game to play Dota 2. And I've been there. I know what it feels like. And it's not a fun feeling. He does have buyback. Cook is short from yes sir. I think he wanted to find the Pangolier, but instead he'll find a lack of... Well, he still has plenty of mana regen, so I was going to say lack of mana, but he's got plenty of mana regen. PMA begins the siege, top lane, Hook on 4th. He'll Starbreaker in time, and now Pudge will Lotus Orb, attempting to get away, but Vico is stunning him up. He's half HP on Pudge, 30 HP on Pudge. He's being right-clicked down by PMA. 4th is engaged in Solar Guardian. Global Silence is there to bring down Yes Sir. Yes Sir has no buyback. Now Sui is trying to be in man fight, looking for 4th, but he can't find the kill. Glimpse comes in on PMA. PMA, he has plenty of HP right now. He's not going to Hobbs. Hobbs is silenced with a Bloodthorn. He's half HP on Visage, and Tiny will die on the north side of the fight. Hobbs is at the PMA on the south side of the fight. Sui is fighting under his tier 4 towers, but at this point, he has no mana. He'll walk away. He'll escape from now. Tiny has bought back, but at this point, the defense, it seems 9. Oh, not again! Another 1-shot from 4th. He'll get tossed up, not into the fountain. And the inevitable has occurred. Your GG is called. Piney is dead. Morphling is dead, but it doesn't matter. The game's over. And that right there is one game win for Vico is smiling. Though we do have one more game ahead. It is a best of 2 series. So we're not quite sure yet where game 2 is going to go, but if game 1 is any indication, Vico is smiling. They're in great form right now. They played the lanes well enough, but it was the post-laning phase where their draft came online, and I was concerned with their ability to address a Morphling. I said once he had a Manta, he had some form of Purge, he'll be able to take over this game. But they delayed that for a very long time. Check out these player items. Check out these player items. He does not have a Purge until minute 21, no Manta until minute 27. And in that time, Vico Smiling did a great job of ganking the Morphling with 4th Year Lingus, with the Nova Nyx Assassin. They were scouting around and bringing him down, and that right there is a great way of dealing with this Morphling hero, when eventually he ended up very far, but look at that progression curve. Check out this graph. I'm highlighting the Morph line. In that period from around minute 16 to minute 25 or so is not a great... That's usually where you want to spike in net worth on a Morphling. You want to accelerate your game. You want to at least stay even with these other 2 cores. This Dawnbreaker plus PL situation, but the gang squad was fantastic, and that right there I think was the winning plays there for Vico was smiling. Just ensuring this Morphling was not online before it was too late. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn off the screen temporarily. I'm loading up the VOD for Game 2. And much like Game 1, I do not know what's happening. So I am physically blocking my screen right now. It says it's decompressing right now, so good news, we're almost there. And oh, okay. There we go right there. Should be game 2. Should be. Every time I look at this banner, I just start laughing, but what can you do?
Dire team ban.
Yeah, it's definitely a different game. New bans.
Radiant team.
I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be right back.
Dire team.
I'm gonna leave the draft going, and then when I come back, I will see you for game number 2.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team.
Legion Commander.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team.
What's it with?
Dire team back. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds Radiant remaining. Team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team Crystal Maiden. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team
Beastmaster.
Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Guess who's back? If you guessed the only person on the broadcast, you'd be correct, as I am back. My good old friend, the face cam. I have said on numerous occasions I have a face for radio, but not today. Not today.
Seconds remaining. Seconds remaining.
It's a good day to cast Dota 2. Decided, you know what, might as well get a cast in. Actually, I'm not going to be available tonight for the evening casts. For the evening slate of games, I might as well get a morning slate of games in.
Radiant team ban.
It is game 2 of Bouche versus Vico is smiling. Opened up Discord for a second there, and that's a that's a great.
10 seconds.
I hope Dawson's still watching. That's a great meme.
5 seconds remaining.
Where was I? It was a draft. We have a draft here. I should probably take this thing off the stream. There we go. Tactics, but probably mark the series score. Oh, yep, there it is. Let's put 0-1. That's good enough. But first phase bans, Silencer, good respect ban there after the last game. Lashrak, PB, Marcy, 3 best heroes in Dota, I guess, so might as well. 5 pick Undying. It was banned out game 1, now selected game 2. Snapfire, Legion Commander, the response.
Dire team
Very aggressive lane there. I know 4th likes the hero, so let's see how it goes. I'm a little concerned with the lane there if it's an Undying 5. It's a great Undying 5 game into that Snapfire Legion lane. There is a decent means of killing the Tombstone, but the double decay on double strength hero is powerful.
5 seconds remaining.
Pangalier's back, but not for Vico this time. 8 picked for Bouche. Second phase bans. Bloodseeker, Shadow Fiend, Morphling, Visage, Drow, Troll. Nothing too crazy there. I guess even though the Visage didn't have that great of a game last game, you see, you know what? Hobbs good enough on Visage. We're not going to play it again. We're not interested in doing that. We're just going to ban it out.
Radiant team
Respectable.
pick.
15 pick Crystal Maiden. Speaking of Hobbs heroes, 16 pick Beastmaster into the 17 pick Hoodwink. The response, an 18 pick Invoker. It seems like a hard Invoker game to me, but Invoker players are built different, so maybe he'll be fine. Vico's a good Invoker, so we'll see how it goes. Last phase bans, Faceless Void, Slark, Ursa, Slamper. I actually really like that Void ban. Would have been a very good Void game for PMA. So, very good ban there. Templar Assassin, the 23 pick. is an interesting lineup for Bouche. It's not a lineup that I personally subscribe to, philosophically. It's one of those lineups where if you get ahead, especially against a Terrorblade, yeah. It's one of those lineups where if you want to get ahead early, and you want to stay ahead. So, checklist. If you are Hobbs, captaining your team, you say, checklist, number 1, win some lanes. After you win the lanes, apply the pressure. T1 tower mid, T1 tower safe lane, T1 tower off lane, T2 tower safe lane. Grab the outpost, apply the map pressure. We have a Beastmaster. We have the vision advantage. We have Templar Assassin, which traps even more vision advantage. You get ahead, you stay ahead. It's one of those lineups where it's favored until it's not. You make one big slip up, you feed, say, 5,000 gold the other direction, it's a disaster. But, again, this is going to be an interesting game here. I think I like this Radiant lineup from Bouche. But it's, the burden of execution is on them. Even though I prefer their lineup, this lineup requires them to play Dota 2. They can't simply sit back and farm and let the Terrorblade farm and the Invoker farm. No, they have to play Dota 2. For Vico is smiling. It's going to be one of those classic current meta 3-man gang squad games. CM, Legion Commander, and Snapfire. Playing around the duels of 4th year Lingus. By doing so, allowing space for PMA to farm the Terrorblade. He's going to want some money. A lot of money this game. If he gets the money he requires, it's a great Terrorblade game, but he needs to get there. He needs like at least 3 items on Terrorblade. Maybe even more than that this game.
I've got goosebumps.
I'm thinking about what he wants. Definitely wants a BKB this game, but it's not that great of a BKB game. He wants Scotty. Probably wants... Actually, maybe he wants SNY this game, actually. I mean, Manta's usually better, but just the raw stat assistance could be helpful. Maybe it's like Manta plus Lincolns instead for the Roar? I don't even know. It's hard to tell what he wants this game, but... Maybe it's just some like TB build of like Manta, BKB, Scotty, Butterfly. Bottom lane! Wait a minute, they found Templar Assassin melded. But it's A-okay. Got a little bit too caught up in items I want Terrorblade to buy. You know what? I like talking about Terrorblade itemization. It's a fun topic of conversation. Either way, though, if you are just joining us, welcome to a vodcast of Vico is smiling, taking on Bouche. Bouche, the Hobbs captained unit, is on the Radiant team. They lost game 1, but they're looking for vengeance. They want to bring it to a 1-1 draw. On the dire side, it's PMA and company, the Vico is smiling unit that... Oh, no! But they won game 1, back a very good mid-game execution, some great fight selection,
My keyboard is not
and playing the map macro-wise better farm-wise. This is incredibly unfortunate. Look at this D-Ward. Look at this D-Ward. It's so unfortunate. That's one of those just tragic situations where it's the correct idea, but it's just... It happened last game, too. This is 2 games in a row where we've been inches away from the D-Ward, and it just didn't happen, so it's... I've said before that Dota is a game of inches. And I was correct then, and I'm correct now. So bottom lane might prove to be the most interesting one in this game. It is one of those Templar Assassin lanes, so there's an ability to trade with the meld. Is Undying into 2 strength heroes as well, so yeah, that's a double decay action right there. I mentioned it in the draft, but oh no, not again! The couriers! Man, the people in this series, they just don't like couriers. There's been so many courier deaths today. Spare the couriers, man. Spare the couriers.
my keyboard is not working.
Top lane. It's a Beastmaster lane. Unless PMA is out of position, he shouldn't die. Though it certainly is possible. Step forward, say, I don't know, over here, tank a bushwhack, you're probably just dead. And then mid lane. Mid lane's usually boring, so... Fun times there. It is Pangolier and Vico. Bottom lane! got no HP on Legion Commander right now. And there's still plenty of mangoes on Blackfrath. But never mind top lane. Oh, I missed first blood. But over to bottom lane, we're still seeing him. How did I miss the first blood top lane? Damn it. Use the meta on PMA and just brought down Hoodwink. Hoodwink was likely isolated. Man, how'd I miss that? Tombstone comes in, bottom lane. Nova is hitting it. He's very low. It's denied by Blackfrath, so no money for Nova. Needs a few more hits on the Undying, but cannot find it. But he's still manning up. He has 12 stolen strength. It's a great Undying lane, and he has no fear of death, apparently. Yes, sir, is farming. Good day to be a carry, just farming as your Undying decays everything. Gaetano, yes. Over the top lane, the CS is still fairly even. Wait a minute, bottom lane. Saw some HP drop, but nobody's dead yet. I'm scared of missing a kill bottom the moment I look away. The moment I look away, someone's going to die in this lane. Nova nearly dies there, but Undying is out of mana. He'll turn to fourth. Meld comes in, and fourth is juking in the trees. And he will juke away successfully. So bottom lane, though, is fantastic for the Radiant. Look at Templar Assassin is 15, now 16-3. Legion's 8-0. Not a great lane right now. Both of these heroes are incredibly low, so the regen trade is not going well for fourth and Nova. Yes, sir, has Meld, has Refraction, Cookie will stun, and fourth will stick up and walk away. Blackfrath has 2 points in the DK, he'll DK fourth. Tombstone is available. Fourth is juking around the trees right now, but in comes your Tombstone. Fourth is slowed. One more hit will do it, and the DK will bring him down with the zombie hit on top. And now Templar Assassin, with the higher move speed, looking to run down Nova. He has Cookie, and he'll get to the high ground, and the Meld will miss uphill. I don't think it was a kill anyways, but with that uphill miss, it definitely is not a kill. Meanwhile, mid lane, we saw it last game. Sui was manning up, fighting with Vico. It worked until it didn't. In this game, again, it's a lot of manning up going on, but Pangolier has a bottle. Invoker, being an Invoker, does not have one, but he does have that Quas for regen. Again, how do I keep missing these kills top lane? There's another kill top lane, this time going Radiant's direction. Going the way of Hoodwink. Now PMA will actually not get stunned by the Bushwhack. Instead, back to bottom lane. Fourth has some strength stolen with a 2-man Scatter Blast. You will look to man up here. Centaur stuns Templar Assassin. The neutrals are helping out fourth right now. Yes, sir, is half HP. Has the Meld to turn to Legion Commander. Tombstone is on cooldown. Templar is dropping low. And he will die to the overwhelming odds. Fourth wants one more kill, looking for Blackfrath, and Nova will find it. Meanwhile, top lane, the manfight continues. Meta comes in from PMA as Frostbite into the right clicks, and that will bring down Hobbs' Beastmaster. So across the map, real good stuff for Vico is smiling. That is 3 kills. Though mid lane, wait a minute, Vico was gone upon by Sui and now drains the mana of Pangolier, so nothing too wild and crazy down there. We are back to bottom again. Tombstone is online. Meld Strike hits on fourth, but it's Hoodwink that dies in the top lane. Barely caught it this time. Back to bottom. For some reason, I cannot stop watching bottom. Even though there's been about as many kills top as there has been bottom this game. Not quite sure how that deny happened, but good deny there from Nova. Mid lane, Hoodwink has TP'd in the bottle fill for the Pangolier. But the EMP will immediately drain the mana once again. So you bottle fill up, and again you're forced to use your bottle. What can you do? I guess that is what the bottle fill is for. Tombstone is available if Blackfrath wants to use it, but it's top lane where the fun is occurring. CB has been stunned by Bushwhack, he's right-clicked by the boars, and will get brought down by Swee's Swashbuckle. He rotated through all the way from that bounty rune, and results in a nice little rotation kill for the Pangolier.
Radiant's middle tower is
Nova. He's very low right now, but he's not dead.
Dire's top tower is under
Meanwhile, top lane, there is a TP in by CB, but he's spotted by the Hawk. Oh no, CB, poor CB. He just TP'd in. He's dead the exact same way. A last hit swashbuckle. PMA is going to have to TP away to the jungle, which means this T1 tower. Oh, I mentioned how Radiant want to apply the pressure, and well, that's one way to do it. Get a minute 7 T1 tower bottom lane. There's no mana for Tombstone. Vico rotates in. Tornado on Blackfrath into the EMP, into the damage. There's no duel for fourth, but it will be a kill for him nonetheless. Yes, sir, walked away, but he has lost his Undying. RIP, the security blankets of Undying. The T1 top is somehow still alive, but Hobbs actually will not get the last. Bottom lane, the 1v2. I'm surprised by that one. Fourth played on low HP. Didn't think he would go down there, but was melded by Yes Sir. Big play there from the Templar Assassin Soul, killing the 1v2. And now it's possibly one more kill bottom. Traps are online. Nova is slowed, but will walk to the safety of his own T1 tower. Meanwhile, mid lane, we're seeing a lot of pings, but PMA will dodge the fight. The fight instead will be bottom. Yes, sir, is set up with the meld again. Fourth has duel. Sentry will hit. They see Templar Assassin. Duel is online. Duel comes in. Soul Ripple heal, but it's nowhere near enough. That's your first duel of the game, giving a duel win for fourth Yorlingus. And suddenly, we're seeing pings with the other T1 tower safe lane. Dire are setting up with 4 heroes. This T1 tower's full HP, but it's still not long for life. They call PMA in the Dire jungle. He's low on HP, he has no thunder, and now he has no life. The roar was there to secure the kill. And it's good recognition. They saw there's a lot of these Dire heroes bottom lane, therefore PMA, he's entirely isolated. And that kill on Terrorblade is incredibly important.
Dire's structure.
Dire will glyph mid. With the Hawk, it spots Vico. So they know Invoker's in the defense, they know exactly where he is. The Bushwhack will stun. There's no sharpshooter, but there is a swashbuckle. Invoker's about half HP, Terrorblade TP's in. And the tower will get defended for now. Blackfrath. He's defending bottom. There's 3 Dire heroes diving him. Duel is online. Cold Snap. Overwhelming odds into the duel. That's another duel win for fourth. His second duel of the game and his second duel win of the game. Now plus 20 duel damage. The T1 bottom will die, but it will be in exchange for the middle T1. Sui, Hobbs, and Hoodwink are on the siege. And they will actually go faster, so they've already killed 2 tier 1s. It is that trade, but at this point, this Dire jungle area, it is a no-go zone. You do not walk in here. Hobbs is just set up there right now. He's far too strong. So PMA is forced to play in this middle lane tri-camp area, which is a fine amount of farm, but it's very predictable, so we could be in for some more smoke ganks here. There's a smoke on Blackfrath, there's a smoke on Hoodwink. Perhaps we'll see a smoke up with the Pangolier, or a smoke up with this Beastmaster for some more action. And every kill you get on PMA, it makes your chance of winning just that much higher. Somehow fourth is actually pretty farmed right now, but I guess that's every game with fourth. he manages to find gold. It's what he does.
Middle tower is under attack.
We see Sui on Pangolier. He's currently #1 net worth. He looks top lane, but Nova is in the trees, so... Bit of break-in action for a little while. Some laughing. We're seeing a lot of ping stop lane right now, but again, we are between team fights. We're between the action. Nothing fun is happening for a little bit longer. Okay, I think Hoodwink's probably dead. It's a very good chance. However, top lane, there's 3 heroes set up, but they're under a dire observer ward. It's now going to get dewarded. So now this dire jungle is dark. They have no vision in the dire jungle any longer. It is a trade of observer wards, however. At this point, Radiant have Hawks, and they have Templar Assassin traps, and Dire do not have that luxury. Well, for a second, we might see a roll team fight, but it was merely a pump fake from Sui. He'll now walk away, he'll return to farming. He's finished his Diffusal Blade, so he's now online. And here we go. Everybody's running top on the Radiant side. Bouche wants to apply some pressure. They know there's a lot of heroes defending, but they think they are strong. And you know what? They are strong right now. It's going to be go time. Slow on Fourth. Fourth will turn with a dual Pangolier, has overstepped his bounds. He's brought down right away there. That was incredibly bold. And it did not pay off at all. We see pings. Despite being down 1 member, they still want to fight. They see Fourth, the Bushwhack misses. Hobbs is a roar, but it's purged by Fourth Yorlingus. Nova walks away, and Vico is now there in the top lane as well. It's a 4v4 fight. Yes, sir, is low on mana. He'll trap slow Fourth. Cookie is in, but it will not stun. And it is the walk away time.
Tower is under attack.
During all that PMA, he's beginning to farm. He's recovering his game. And that's bad news right there. I mentioned how Radiant want to apply the pressure. Play active early and ensure that Terrorblade's game is sad. And up until recently, it was sad. But sad no longer. Maybe the story of the game.
Radiant's bottom
He has a lot of space bottom lane. However, it could be Roshan. Actually, it's not Roshan time quite yet. We are fairly close to a Helm of the Overlord for Hobbs. A very nice Beastmaster item, but for now he's still not quite there. Pangolier's close to his Shard. Templar Assassin has Dragonlance head into Desolator, which will finish in a few hundred gold. Invoker. Is that a Vessel on Courier? No, it is not. So it's Urn into Witchblade into BKB. Witchblade was just finished. Terrorblade has Dragonlance. He's headed Yasha into BKB. A relatively conservative item build. He wants to be able to fight with that BKB when it's purchased. Speaking of purchases, Fourth has purchased a Blink Dagger on Legion Commander.
is under attack.
It's on the way right now, and there are smokes available. 2 in the backpack of CB, 1 in the inventory of Nova. It could be go time from the Dire jungle, but meanwhile, the Roshan pit, Dire are aware that Templar Assassin with the Desolator is hitting it, but it's too late. Roshan has been... It's on the floor! Where? It's still on the floor! It's still on the floor! It's now grabbing Templar Assassin. Hobbs is dead. But in comes your roll. CB is low. Tombstone's doing a lot of work right now. CB is dead. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Roll is still stunning Fourth, and he's brought down by Sweetie. Now Vico. He's hasted. He's trying to man fight. They'll bring down Hoodwink with the Ice Wall. But at this point, Blackfrath has brought down Nova with the help of, I believe, a Centaur from Hobbs. So that is a 3-for-2 trade there. On top of also getting the Roshan. You get that Aegis for Templar Assassin. It's go time. It's time to kill some tier 2 towers. It was a fairly good fight there for Bouche. Not a perfect fight. The Mortimer's Kisses bringing down Hobbs right away was not ideal, but it still worked out quite nicely.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Sui has been cold snap, but the duel's not there in time. He attempted to roll up, but he didn't get it off in time, so he dies to the duel from 4th Gorlingus, and now it's time for more kills. Yes, sir, has been spotted. Dire want to go on Templar Assassin. She has 2 lives. She'll melt in, hitting 4th. Yes, sir. Will lose 1 of his lives right now. And he could be in danger to lose life number 2. Your freezing field is breaking refraction. Bushwhack will cancel it. Yes, sir is low, and yes, sir is dead. CB is the trade, but it's 2 cores for 1 Crystal Maiden, and 4th wants more. He blinks forward, finding Black Frath. Bushwhack is up and right now. Good juke out there from Hoodwink. As a result, Tornado will split the wickets. And the fight has ended. A win there for Vico is smiling. Well, it is smoke time. This is a very important smoke gank. It needs to connect. Bouche need big kills. They see Nova, and they certainly will kill Nova thanks to Sui, but all the smoked heroes were not involved. And they see Vico now. Vico has an Observer Ward, spotting out Hoodwink, will turn with Cold Snap. Bushwhack hits. Roar is online. Vico. No, he'll Tornado Hobbs. Sharpshooter will hit, but it's not a kill. Perhaps a missed opportunity there to kill the Invoker, but instead, it's a kill on Legion Commander instead. The roar is there from Hobbs. And I thought for a second it was a disaster, letting the Invoker walk away, but instead of getting 1 core kill, they got another core kill. And perhaps even the more important one on Legion Commander. As a result, it will be a relatively free tier 2 tower top lane, though Vico does have... Oh, he's half HP already thanks to Swashbuckle. With Legion dead, he is the primary defender. And actually will not be a free top tier 2. The tier 2 will be absolutely fine for now. Keyword there is for now. It's being pinged out. It's a 5v4 defense. Pangolier has been dueled. He'll die to the Mortimer's Kisses. The duel... Actually, I don't think it was 1, but it's still a kill nonetheless. Now 4th is low on HP. Acorn Shot comes in, bouncing around. PMA is low. 4th dies to Hobbs' bore damage. And now PMA is forced to sunder CB. His tower dive appears to be successful. Cookie comes in from Nova. He tanks a Meld Strike. And he will walk away. Hoodwink is still behind enemy lines. Another 2-man Bushwhack into the Acorn Shot. CB is incredibly low. This Hoodwink is incredibly annoying right now. And the axes from Hobbs bring down CB. And he heads to Vico. Vico is invis. There is no detection in range. But there is a Bushwhack on Nova. He attempted the cookie, but your Tombstone will secure that kill. A double kill for Hobbs. Another axis kill. Actually, that was a boar kill. Never mind. That was not an axis kill, but it was a successful team fight. Parlayed into a free tier 2 tower, and just like that, the pressure is back on. The net worth lead goes the way of Bouche. The outpost will go their way as well. And Sui is looking mid for more. Vico could die here, actually. Swashbuckle did a lot less damage than I expected, actually, so Vico will be fine. Actually, why did I do so little damage? What the hell? I feel like that should have done a lot more damage. Top lane roller is online. Dire know he's here, but Radiant know Dire are leaving. Blink away by 4th. Well, for a second we had a roll on our hands, but no roll comes out. Pump faked again. Meanwhile, mid lane, yes sir, is hitting this T2 tower. Vico will tornado. Hitting, yes sir. Cold Snap comes in. Duel is there on Templar Assassin, but he's being kept alive! The roll! But no! It's a 1-for-1 trade. Both already dead. Duel went the 4th year Link is now back with his dead under the tower. Roar comes in, hitting on Crystal Maiden, I believe. And now, Hobbs will go to Crystal Maiden. He's low on HP, diving his tower. Bushwhack hits on 2, and Hobbs will die. But Vico, sweet, he's still hunting. Looking to Vico. Invoker is incredibly low. The shield crash will secure the kill, and now PMA. He's hitting again. He brings down Pangolier. An absolutely chaotic fight. Ended up being a 4-for-3 in favor of Vico is smiling. Over a 1k net were swinging in their favor. And that came incredibly close to being dual damage for Templar Assassin. The duel was won, and immediately afterwards, 4th went down. Could have been a nice little plus 28 damage for a Templar Assassin, but not so lucky. Well, we are back to farming once again. It is farm time. We're at least a minute until the next Roshan, so that is something. Second Roshan will likely head the same direction as the first. Radiant have Beastmaster for the vision. They have the Templar Assassin for the minus armor, so... And also Trap for the vision as well. So they're going to know exactly when Roshan spawns. It'll likely be a pretty easy second Roshan. Grabbing the Aegis, grabbing the free shard, which will probably go to Templar Assassin for the silence on traps. It is a very good shard this game. Actually, a very good shard every game, but I digress.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant
2-man smoke gank. Hobbs and Hoodwink are smoked up right now. Roar is online, and Hobbs is ready to blink and roar. He's leading the way currently. Oh, that's an unfortunate Roshan respawn time. About 2 minutes. If it was early, Radiant would be hitting it right now, but it's not early, it's somewhat late.
Radiant are scattered.
And now, middle lane, this T2 tower. Was very low from the last siege. It got one shot by yes sir, and yes sir, it is dead. So Bouche are up by 3 towers. They've killed 2 tier 1s and 2 tier 2s. They've only lost their tier 1 safe lane. PMA's being gone on right now. He's not stunned by Bushwhack, so he will walk away. It'll be fine. It seems like Bouche want to play the Roshan Pit area. They know it can be alive. They're waiting for it to be alive. It's being scouted by Sunstrike, but again, Vico is finding out what we all know. Roshan's simply not there. He is not home. He is late to the party. And you know what? I don't blame him. If he respawns, you know what happens? He dies. And I think he knows that. I think he knows if he respawns, he dies. So, he says, you know what? I'm just not going to respawn for as long as possible. Delay my death, you know? Delay the inevitable. It is quite the standoff middle lane right now. We're just waiting. We are waiting. Both teams know it. Both teams are waiting for it. And it's spawning in 5 seconds. Radiant will see it immediately, and
Dire's top tower
Sunstrike will be on cooldown for probably a little bit too long, so we'll scout it out when it's about half HP, and unless it can get there real fast, it will be Roshan to the side of Bouche. In Game 1, it was the Roshan fight that turned the game around, and perhaps we may see the same Game 2, but they have to move very fast. There's your smoke on 5. Roshan's already 1/3 HP though. Templar Assassin kills it too fast. Yes, sir. Claims the Aegis. The Shard. It goes to Undying. So all 3 cores already purchased their Shard. As did Hoodwink. So it's the only person who didn't have a Shard was Blackfrath on the Undying. And here we go. It's run forward time. Trap will silence Nova. Vico has the urn, breaking refractions. Hobbs blinks in. He'll roar the Invoker. PMA will meta. He's trying to fight. Tombstone's being focused, but is still alive. The duel comes in, hitting on Sui, but Dire are collapsing. They've already lost 2. Now a 2-for-2 trade, but their heroes are dropping. TA's man fighting, but the meta, the right clicks, maybe they're enough. Undying is bought back. PMA stopping low. The Bushwhack cancels asunder. Can they kill this man? No! He sunders in time, but he's bashed again. He cannot sunder twice. And that will be the end of Terrorblade. That is a full 5-man wipe. It cost you 2 buybacks. It cost you the buyback on the Undying and the Pangolier. But it's well worth it. That right there is how you break a game wide open. And you know what time it is. It's running up the middle lane time. Pangolier's already killed the wave. And Templar Assassin still has the Aegis. This high grounds. It is in moderate danger. Dire glyphed. Radiance up a Tombstone bash on Snapfire. Silence as well. The Metal Strike, the damage. It's not quite enough. So Nova is still alive. Swampwhale comes in, bashing Vico. Sharpshooter! Sharpshooter! No. No sharpshooter. It missed. However, still another bash on Vico. He's half HP on Invoker. He's a quarter HP on Invoker. He needs to be careful. And the Racks, they're simply dying. Meld on 4th. He's silenced. He's bushwhacked. It's a disastrous defense right now. 4th is already dead. Yes, sir, still has 2 lives. The range racks will die. The millions are low, and the roar is on Vico. He's melded down. Another big kill there. Now at this point, Sui is rolling around killing CB. He will have to buy back on Crystal Maiden. The dive bomb hits PMA. He's fine for the time being. But the game state, it's a disaster for PMA and company. Vico is smiling. They're no longer smiling. Vico is dead currently. He's dead for 25 seconds. That is not a good thing at all. 1 racks have already been taken, a full set of barracks mid. The melee's in the range, and there's still 2 minutes left on the Aegis. We could be in for more barracks. If Bouche really want to go, they can run it down the top lane. They can go for a second set of barracks. Bottom lane is not possible. There's still a tier 1 and tier 2 there, but I'm sure grabbing 2 racks is good enough. It's minute 30 right now. The wave? The wave is dead for now. But only for now. There's still a minute 30 for Yes Sir's Aegis on Templar Assassin. He's finished the data list. He has plenty of damage right now. And there's still some patience here. He's not necessarily running it up quite yet. Nova looked for a cookie play, did not find it. Bushwhack is missed. Cold Snap comes in on Hoodwink. But everyone is fine for now. In comes the menagerie of Hobbs, led by an ancient granite golem. Nova will use his Mortimer's Kisses, perhaps looking to kill this wave, but it's glyphed! The wave is glyphed! Oh no, Nova! He's immediately into the Meld Strike as well! Yes, sir! Will lose 1 life, but he has 1 more to play with. Sui is rolling around, looking in the back line. CB has been stunned. PMA has been stunned. It'll roll away. Yes, sir, the duel. Oh no, the roar instead! 4th has been demolished! And he has no buyback! Your range racks have fallen. The LOL comes in the all chats. And just like that, that is 2 sets of barracks. Sui is diving tier 4 towers, but Vico is dead. Invoker has bought back, but it might be too late. PMA, he's trying to fight. He's stunned by a pushback, bashed by a skull basher swashbuckle. Oh no. This is not good at all. For Vico is smiling. And conversely, it's absolutely fantastic for Bouche. And I mentioned how they wanted to avenge their Game 1 loss. And it looks like they're about to avenge their Game 1 loss. It's looking real good right now. Barring a very large throw, this Game 1 will be won by them. Look at this graph. Surprisingly, only a 96% chance to win. This could be the comeback time, actually. It's a smoke gank. They need this smoke gank to connect. But the Radiant Scan! The Radiant Scan gives it away. They know something is up. They have an observer ward. They know there are no heroes on the ward. Therefore, they must be smoked. They've dodged a smoke gank. And they're still hunting. They're playing the low grounds. But Bouche play the high grounds. And they're well aware of exactly where Bouche are. They have a ward. They see it. But they can't just walk in from the low ground onto the high ground, down by that much, and they know it. It's T3 tower. It's already dead. And Mega Creeps, we're not too far from it. Sharpshooter comes in on Vico. Oh, the damage! The melt strike! The swashbuckle! It's way too much! PMA's BKBing. He kills the tombstone, but he needs to sunder. He's incredibly low, but the roar! No sunder for PMA. No invoker. No Terrorblade. No Crystal Maiden. And there's your GG. And just like that, we have a 1-1 group stage draw between Bouche and Vico is smiling. You're kidding me. Come on, Dota. It's been like 14 hours. It's still pending? It's still coordinating 14 hours later? There we go. There's your end screen. And I mentioned it during the draft. Bouche, they need to apply the pressure. As I said, the burden of execution was on them. And despite the Game 1 loss, they executed in Game 2. They most certainly executed this time around. I mean, the vision advantage there with the Tombstone, the Beastmaster Hawk, the Templar Assassin Traps. That was what they needed to get some big kills across the board. And well, it was that second Roshan. That was the big deal right there. It was looking pretty alright for Vico's spine, but that second Roshan enabled high grounds. And, well, at that point, your Dota 2 game became quite difficult. What can you do? Overall, I mean, decent showing for both teams. Both teams had a pretty good showing. So, hopefully for both teams' sake, they keep it going throughout the season. There's still plenty of group stage left to play. So yeah. My name is Badger. If you want me to cast your games, cast your tournaments, contact me over on Twitter, twitter.com/badger02, or on Discord, badger5713. You want to hire me and Logical, or me and a co-caster of your choosing to cast DPC events or other pro tournaments, contact me at those same places. I make YouTube videos. There's a link in the description of my channel on Twitch. I've made a couple Badgers briefings about the 2011-2012 era, and also putting Tundra's win in context. The TI2 retrospective will be coming out very soon, so that'll be very exciting. But yeah, that's it. Hope you all enjoy your day. As always, thank you for watching, and have a great day.